never will worry about the drying time. On a hallelujah morning, oh, it takes you without warning. On a hallelujah morning. Well, I'm one part this, 2 parts that, and I'm 3 parts of you. Oh baby, that's a fact. I'm somehow responsible and a little bit wild. And I love it when you wear that dress, and I love it when you wear nothing but a smile. On a hallelujah morning, hallelujah morning, oh it takes you without warning. On a hallelujah morning. Gonna let this river flow through me, wash my eyes so I can see. Got a big old moon light my way, and one little star help me navigate. Got an ancient choir to help me sing, and a medicine song. Let it ring, let it ring, let it ring, let it ring. On a hallelujah morning, hallelujah morning, oh it takes you without warning. On a hallelujah morning, a hallelujah morning, hallelujah morning, oh it takes you without warning. On a hallelujah morning. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The flag goes up as the sun comes down. Jets go by before we hear the sound. Rise to our feet as if to say, red, white, and blue, till I die in day. The flag waves high when the tax man comes. He says you gotta pay just to be someone. Yeah, it'll cost you plenty if you wanna stay red, white, and blue till your dying day. Now the flag hangs still when the wind don't blow. They keep the TVs on to let the people know they gotta toe the line. Yeah, there's a debt to pay. Red, white, and blue till their dying day. Flag comes down and they fold it nice and hand it to somebody's wife, and nothing to do, nothing to say. It's red, white, and blue till his dying day. The flag goes up as the sun comes down, and jets go by before we hear the sound. Rise to our feet as if to say, red, white, and blue till our dying day. Red, white, and blue till our dying day. Red, white, and blue till our dying day.
On that road so long, I got a demon at my bootstrap. I guess I finally now come on down the ground. A lot more never fit me, as well perhaps it could have. I guess it's time to lay the burden on down, yeah. I'm a monarch born in full bloom, I'm a ray rising sun. I see now it's not the spoon that bends, move mountains, for I'm done. Hey, yeah, for I'm done. Now you're practicing all your love and you're working on getting your mind's eye right. There's just so much more to see. You're not the first to find, but it's certainly been a while. It's all coming down now to you and me, yeah. Y'all are monarchs born in full bloom. Y'all are rays of rising sun. Do you see now it's not the spoon that bends, move mountains, for you're done. Hey. what I say now, what I see.
Found all the things to be found. Sometimes everything's so loud. The bees buzzing, overcrowded. Look at your life. What's it worth? And why were we put here on earth? Sometimes everything's unglued. We just need rejuvenation. At the rancho, relax, oh baby. Plan to spend some time and see what life's supposed to be. Rancho, relax, oh darling. Relax your mind. You just need time to sit and think while they bring you umbrella drinks. And then soon it all makes sense. And I can feel the tension leaving. At the rancho, relax, oh baby. Plan to spend some time and see what life's supposed to be. The rancho, relax, oh darling. Relax your mind. Living so frustrated, living as a lie. Sometimes we feel so alone. Living in a lifeboat, 3x17. But it's all we've ever known. When the sun comes shining down, we're gonna find it now. Make it happen. Mental destination, staring to the sky. time and see what life's supposed to be. Rancho, relaxo, darling. You never know what you will find when you leave the past behind. Rancho, relaxo, baby. Plan to spend some time and see what your life's supposed to be. Rancho, relaxo, darling. Relax your mind. Rancho, relaxo, baby. Relax your mind.
Blessed be the rocks that cut my feet. Blessed be the wind that buckled me. Blessed be the storms that held my spirit grow. Blessed be the road I'm stumbling on.
Ground control? Ground control, do you copy? This is ground control. We have you, Tom. Copy, ground control. Commencing countdown, engines on. Roger, Tom. Commence countdown. Check ignition, and may God's love be with you. Copy and thanks, ground control. Let's take it to 11.
Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to episode 6 of the Sunday Good Time Hour. We are your variety show for the Roaring 20s. I am your host, Glen Danles. We are so pleased to be here with another episode of the Sunday Good Time Hour and to have you join us for that. We've got a heck of a show lined up. So I'm going to remind you right now, after each artist, they have a title card which has information about that artist where you can follow them on social media, their websites, if you'd like to purchase any of their merchandise. As well, at the bottom of that card, we have what we're calling a virtual tip jar or a VTJ. Conversely, we may, some artists also have a charity that they would like you to give to in their name. If you could do that for them in whatever capacity you are able. We are very grateful for it. Also, keep in mind throughout the show for each of our artists here, make sure you give them the thumbs up there and the hearts to let you know that you are listening and appreciating what they have to offer you. Thank you so very much. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Let's talk to Stu McCallister. Hey, Stu, are you out there?
I am. Glenn, how are you?
Oh, man, I'm really good. I'm so glad to see you. How are you doing? Your nose looks like it's healed up from the...
Yeah, it's much better. Neosporin does a body good, apparently.
Neosporin does a body good. So I'm going to turn it over to you here pretty quick, but I often joke that you are a self-help guru. And though I approach it being humorous, I know you do have a background in counseling and psychology and stuff like that, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I have a master's degree in social work. And so for a very long time, I did therapy in psychiatric hospitals. and now I want to talk about my wiener. So it's a weird life change.
Well, I'm not going to ask you any more questions, and let's turn it over to Stu, and he can tell us about his Oscar Myers.
That's funny. Thanks, Glenn. I appreciate it. Probably for the people who live in the West Michigan area, we all know some weird things happened downtown last night. There was some protests and it turned into a riot and everything. If I had known it was going to turn into a riot, I got some couches they could have burned and taken care of me. I would have gone down there and said, here, take this nonsense. This is much easier than getting a tag for it and putting it on your lawn. But let's talk about Black Lives Matter, right? That's out there, and I'm all for it. It's a very important thing, of course. Black Lives Matter. A lot of people talk about White Lives Matter, and I'm white, so I guess I'm okay with White Lives Matter too. Some people say all lives matter, and I will say no, incorrect. All lives do not matter, right? Like people who don't turn right on red, they can hurry up. I got places to be. Their life does not matter. Flat earthers, what is wrong with you? Did you ever go to school? Flat earthers, your life does not matter. And then most importantly, people who don't know how to use self-checkout lanes at Meijer. I definitely got to get the hell out of there. So hurry the hell up. That was made for a fourth grader. All lives do not matter. All right. We understand that now. That's good. I hope so. Some people will tell other people that they look like someone famous. Now, like our host, Glen, I think Glen probably gets told a lot that he looks a lot like the actor Eric Bana. You know, Eric, very handsome fella. I think Glen looks like him a whole lot. I don't know if you guys know this or not. People come up to me all the time and they tell me that I look like crap. Now, I don't really think they need to say that. They can keep those things to themselves, but I appreciate the thought, everybody. I can't wait to get out of self-isolation. Can't wait to get to some stores again. One of my favorite stores of all time is Goodwill. I love the thrift stores. I love a good deal. I love going there. Right before all this quarantine stuff happened, though, I saw something very strange. I didn't think I'd ever see this. I saw someone try to return something to Goodwill. And I did not realize that was allowed. I thought once you bought something from Goodwill, it was yours forever to either throw away or will to your kid or something. Goodwill was not taking it back. But the weird thing was this person was also returning underwear. And I did not know that Goodwill even sold underwear. And it made me wonder what kind of person buys underwear from Goodwill. But if she was a little hotter, I would have bought it from her. So it would have been no harm, no foul, I suppose. So with that being said, though, everybody, I got one last thing I want to tell you about, something a little personal to me. When I was a kid, I had a lot of spine problems. And they told me that I would probably never be able to walk appropriately again. But then they gave me a back brace. And well, I stand corrected. So there you go, everybody. Little jokey joke time with your guy, Stu McCallister. I appreciate it. So I want to get to someone who's a little funnier than me. And I know he's a little funnier than me because right now he's the current funniest person in Grand Rapids. He's also a regular host over at Max and Lansing on Monday nights. And he also has a comedy album right now called I Do What I Want Now. This is where you put your hands together, put the thumbs up sign for Mr. Pat Sievert.
Thank you, Stu. It's great to be here today. Lockdown's been an interesting journey for me, but right before everything got shut down, I was going through some weird stuff. I was almost the victim of identity theft. Like, not because I've been killing it so hard, someone tried to steal my life or anything. I got this email from my bank asking me if I had approved a $27 wire transfer to the Caribbean. Like, I hadn't done that, so I got it stopped, but I felt really violated. Like someone out there had stolen my credit card number, and all they tried to do was take $27. Like, they could have hit me for a couple grand. They didn't put the effort in. I didn't know what was up with that. Then I was like, what do they need with just $27 of my money in the Caribbean anyway? Are they going to buy like a UB40 box set with that? Like some plantains? Yeah, I didn't know. But I had to go through this terrible process of like checking everything I bought with the bank. They want to make sure it's all like legitimate purchases. But that got pretty embarrassing pretty quick. Like they were like, okay, I see here a charge for $6.25 at Arby's. Is that you? And I'd be like, yeah, that was me. They're like, okay, what about $19 at the comic book store? Was that you? I'm like, yeah, that was me. They're like, okay, here's a charge we're not sure about, sir. It's another charge on the same day at Arby's. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was Wednesday. I went twice. Like, okay, well, let's look at the next day. I see a charge at Taco Bell. Like, that was me. Like, there's a pattern emerging here. Like, I don't know why they were that thorough about it, but if you have that happen to you, it's definitely going to happen. After that was over, my main concern was like trying to get my credit cards under control, because like I have some credit card debt, but I don't see that as like a bad thing. Like, it's not me being irresponsible. Like, it's me placing a bet on myself and saying, let it ride, just month after month, let that ride. Some people will tell me that's a bad way to do it. Some credit cards will charge you like 19% interest. And, I guess that's true, but that's still 81% living the dream. I'm just making it rain out there. Before everything shut down, I was a big fan of going to the movies. I was like one of my number one hobbies. So that's been a tough adjustment. But recently, one of my favorite movies got totally snubbed at the Oscars. I'm talking about The Purge. It's gotten snubbed like 7 years in a row. That is not right. If you've never seen the Purge movies, you should check them out. They're really good. The basic plot is one day a year for 12 hours. All crime, including murder, is legal. And some people are on board. You could do whatever you want. Wouldn't that be great? All I tell them is I do what I want now. Like, every day is Purge day for me. Like, I'll go ring up 14 hours at self-checkout. Nobody stops me. If the Purge was real and I had to celebrate, I know what I would do. I would build a deck. Yeah, like, I wouldn't get a permit. I got 12 hours. Let's build this deck. Now, the next day, I'd be hanging out on my splintery, uneven deck, and the building inspector would come by and be like, this deck's up to code. It's up to Purge code. Like, yeah, but you must have made plans. You bought lumber. I'll be like, true, but there's no law against going to Lowe's. Get off my Purge deck. Plus, if you got a real problem with this, come back here in a year. I'm ripping tags off mattresses. Got to celebrate this Purge day. So take advantage of that, you guys. Before I get out of here, just one more thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know about anybody else out there, but anytime I meet a really old man, I'm always super nice to them. Like, not because it's the right thing to do, because I don't know if they are me from the future with a warning. Like, I got to assume that's possible. Like, if you go back in time and warn your younger self about something, I think we'd all do that for some things. It'll probably get annoying after a while. Like, your future self would come back too much. Be like, come on, that is 6 times this week. I'm trying to live our life here. But sometimes you'd have to listen. It came back like an eye patch or like a missing hand. You're like, guess I better listen to this me. I probably shouldn't build that Purge deck. All right, well, thank you very much, everyone. My name is Pat Sievert. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Pat Sievert. That was fun, dude. I like your, I do what I want now. You and I have something in common. I have to say, I've been doing what I want for a long, long time. Sometimes it turns out good. Sometimes it doesn't turn out that good, but that's the way it goes when you do what you want. Thank you, Pat, so much. Looking forward to this next section of the show, as I do all of the sections of the show. This is our musical section. We've got 2 great artists for you this afternoon. Our first artist is an indie music maker and the vocalist, guitarist, and songwriter for Francine Odysseys. She's also the co-host of Lean the F Out, which is a podcast for women entrepreneurs and artists, as well as the founder of Tiny Blue Sky, an organization dedicated to growing artisan foods and craft beverage brands. Originally from West Michigan, she now resides in Los Angeles, California. Please welcome to the Sunday Good Time Hour, Ms. Gretchen Machmar DeVault.
Thank you, Glenn. So glad to be here. All right, I'm going to play a few songs for you. Saw the future sparkle from the mountainside. Promises of forever in your eyes. Now I'm standing at the center of it all. These walls won't let me break their hold. Every day I wake up and it's all just white noise. And I miss you more than you will ever know. As I'm staring out the window, watching my dreams dissipate. Maybe in another time, another place, things would have been so different if we didn't tempt fate. Never thought I'd miss these busy streets, the way the lights shine on simple things. Now it's all gone dark on these dreams, and I miss you more than you will ever know. As I'm staring out the window, watching the dreams dissipate. Maybe in another place, things would have been so different if we didn't tempt fate. And now there's no path back to the shadow of our dreams. And now there's no path back to the shadow of our dreams. And I miss you more than you will ever know. As I'm staring out the window, watching dreams dissipate. Maybe in another time, another place, things would have been so different if we didn't tempt fate. And I miss you more than you will ever know. As I'm staring out the window, watching these dreams dissipate. Maybe in another time, another place, things would have been so different if we didn't tempt fate. Thank you. So this next one, that's actually a new song, and this next one is also a new song. So these are not yet released, brand spanking new. Love is a drug I can't get enough of. Hours go by in the blink of the eye, and I'm frozen in a memory, quickly fading. Then the memory fades away. When I'm with you, I see new colors, purer than anything I've seen before. In hues, intensifying, saturating, then fading away. There's nothing like the way I feel with you. I run across the sky to be with you. There's nothing like the way I feel with you. I give up everything for a second with you. For a second with you. For a second with you. Just for a second. Just for a second with you. 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 There's nothing like the way I feel with you. I run across the sky to be with you. There's nothing like the way I feel with you. I give up everything for a second with you. For a second with you. Just for a second with you. Just for a second. Just for a second with you. Thank you. All right, so this is my last song, actually. And so I'm in the band, the Francine Odysseys, and those two songs were from the Francine Odysseys, but I also have a shoegazer band called Voluptuous Panic, which actually started in Grand Rapids, and is we've been recording virtually for at least 9 years. So this song is actually an unreleased song from the Francine, or not the Francine Odyssey, sorry, Voluptuous Panic. That'll be out probably in June. The sun is shining, but it won't make the darkness go away. Your smile in the morning, nothing makes the darkness go away. And then the clouds roll in, and I'm floating away. And then the clouds roll in, and I'm floating away. And then the clouds roll in, and then the clouds roll in, and then the clouds roll in. Waves crashing to the break wall. Nothing shakes me from this endless haze. The sun is shining, but it won't make the darkness go away. And then the clouds roll in, thanks for listening, and thank you so much, Glen, for inviting me. So happy to be part of the show.
Now that is what I am talking about. Thank you so much, Gretchen. Those were lovely tunes, and we're so glad that you joined us here right on the Sunday Good Time Hour. Next up is a vocalist, ukulele, and guitar player with the band The Rootology. She's also a member of the Johnny Dance Band and has her own music school entitled Miss Arlyn's Music for Kids. It is rumored that she was once told, "Arlyn, you must understand that your reality is bigger and better than most people's dreams." I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, she is one lucky lady. Ladies and gentlemen out there in live streaming TV land, please welcome Miss Arlyn Welters.
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Arlyn Welters. Welcome to the Tuxedo Cat Cabaret, which we just called that right now. I'm going to sing for you. Hope you enjoy it. This first song I'm going to do is a song that was done by Louis Prima and his wife, Keely Smith. And I'm going to sing both parts because, it's just me up here. I hope you enjoy it. That old black magic that has weaved its spell, that old black magic that you weave so well, those icy fingers up and down my spine, that same old witchcraft when your eyes meet mine, that same old tingle that I feel inside, and then that elevator starts its ride. Down and down I go, round and round I go, like a leaf caught in a tide. I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name, and I am a flame with burning desire, that only your kiss put out the fire. For you're the lover that I've waited for. You're the mate that fate had me created for. And every time your lips meet mine, baby, down and down I go, round and round I go, in a spin, loving the spin I'm in, under that old black magic called love. In a spin, loving the spin I'm in, under that old black magic called love. In a spin, loving the spin I'm in, under that old black magic called love. I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm a flame with burning desire, that only your kiss can put out the fire. For you're the lover that I've waited for. You're the mate that fate had me created for. And every time your lips meet mine, baby, down and down I go, round and round I go, in a spin, loving the spin I'm in, under that old black magic called love. In a spin, loving the spin I'm in, under that old black magic called love. In a spin, loving the spin I'm in, under that old black magic called love. Under that old black magic called love. Thank you. I hope that you enjoyed that. This next song is a song that everybody knows, we think, especially from a certain age group, but it's pretty much a standard jazz song that everybody knows. It's kind of a swing song. We all know this song, but I got to tell you one thing. The whole song is about a monkey, and a buzzard. Can you think of what song that could be? I'm going to show you. Here it comes. Buzzard took a monkey for a ride in the air. The monkey thought that everything was on the square. The buzzard tried to throw the monkey off his back, but the monkey grabbed his neck and said, "Now listen, Jack, straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in diving. What's the use in jiving? Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top." The buzzard told the monkey, "You're choking me. Release your hold and I will set you free." The monkey looked the buzzard right dead in the eye and said, "Your story's so touching, but it sounds just like a lie. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top." Told you knew the song. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in diving. What's the use in jiving? Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. The buzzard told the monkey, "You're choking me. Release your hold and I will set you free." The monkey looked the buzzard right dead in the eye and said, "Your story's so touching, but it sounds just like a lie. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top." And there you go. All right, there you go. You can use that trivia on your friends. Hold on, I need a drink. Clink, clink, have a drink. Cheers, cheers, cheers for beers. This is not beer, but I won't tell you what it is. This next song is another standard song, but this song was actually done by, this version was done by Miss Sarah Vaughan. And I hope you enjoy it. It's one of my favorite songs to sing. Pennies in a stream, falling leaves of sycamore, moonlight in Vermont, icy finger waves, ski trails on a mountainside, snowlight in Vermont, telegraph cables, they sing down the highway and travel each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so hypnotized by the lovely evening summer breeze, the warbling of a meadowlark, moonlight in Vermont. and travel each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so hypnotized by the lovely summer breeze, a warbling of a meadow, moonlight in Vermont. You and I and moonlight in Vermont. That was Sassy Vaughn. Okie dokie. I hope you enjoyed that. Now we're going to do something a little different. Decided last minute to do this song. I don't know why. But I'm going to get a little bluesy on you. The song is from a movie called The Color Purple. Sister, you've been on my mind. Oh, sister, we're two of a kind. So, sister, I'm keeping my eyes on you. I bet you think I don't know nothing but singing the blues. Oh, sister, have I got news for you? Something. I hope you think that you're something too. Scuffling, I've been up there and I've seen a lot of sun going. Oh, but trust me, no low life's gonna run me around. So let me tell you something, sister. Remember your name. No twisters gonna steal your stuff away, my sister. We sure ain't got a whole lot of time. So shake your shimmy. Thank you. What do you think? Can you guys hear me?
We can again, yes.
You can?
Yeah.
All right. Let me make sure I can hear me. Yeah, there it is. All right. All right, this is going to be my last number. All right, I'm going to put the boa down. This song is a Glenn Miller tune, and it's a song called In the Mood. You know, In the Mood is normally an instrumental, but there are words to this song. There are words. You know what they... You guys got me?
right, the smooth vocal stylings of Miss Arlyn Welters, all the way from Philadelphia. Arlyn, thanks for joining us. Sorry we lost you there right at the end. It happens sometimes. But we appreciate you joining us here on the Sunday Good Time Hour. And we very much enjoyed listening to you. All right. As I mentioned last week, we've been inundated with requests to do other forms of spoken word and poetry. Here at the Sunday Good Time Hour, we have heard you and we have obliged. What was known formerly as Sassy is now going to be called Lend Us Your Ear. It's a new segment. The email for that is lendusyourear, sgth@gmail.com. We look forward to your submissions. And of course, sassies are still and always will be welcome right here at the Sunday Good Time Hour. I'm excited right now. We've got a brand new sassy for you from stop motion artist extraordinaire, the Funky Trunk, and our friends over at Everything Bagel. This one is entitled, and it's a mouthful, Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take that garbage out. Let's check it out.
Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans. Candy the yams and spice the hams. And though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceilings. Coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor. It cracked the window and blocked the door. With bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, prune pits, peach pits, orange peel, gloppy glumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crusts and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crusts of black burned buttered toast, grisly bits of beefy roasts. The garbage rolled on down the hall. It raised the roof. It broke the wall. Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum, cellophane from green bologna, rubbery, blubbery macaroni, peanut butter caked and dry, curdled milk and crust of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold French fries and rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high that it finally touched the sky. All of the neighbors moved away, and none of our friends would come and play. And finally Sarah Cynthia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state, from New York to the Golden Gate. And there in the garbage she did hate, poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot now relate, because the hour is much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout, and always take the garbage out.
I really like the Funky Trunk style. I have to tell you that. She does good work. Make sure you check out her other work and the other cool creative pieces over at our partners and friends on YouTube at Everything Bagel. They got some really fun, cool stuff over there, in addition to the Funky Trunks work. Moving on, we've got a new music video for you here. If you remember back on episode 2, we were joined by a group calling themselves Friends in Isolation. On that episode, they shared their version of the Plim Souls' A Million Miles Away with Us. They have been hard at work remotely recording and putting together a new music video for us. This one is The Cure's cover of Just Like a Virtual Heaven. Let's turn it over to the lads and Friends in Isolation.
They start a song and then they stop. I forgot what song it was, but he's like, why'd you stop? He's like, it's not just if I'm talking like this, it's murder.
All right, the Friends in Isolation with the Cure is just like a virtual heaven. Just a reminder, a couple of the members of Friends in Isolation are also members of the Dave Marion Band. If you remember, we saw a preview of Dave's new EP last week right here on the Sunday Good Time Hour, and that actually released this past Thursday, May 26th. I am excited and pleased to announce that Dave will be joining us next week right here on the Sunday Good Time Hour to tell us a little bit about his new project and share some of his music with us. Hey, how about as a reminder, let's look at a little bit of that clip from Dave's project.
I put down the note you left me the moment that you up and walked away. Not enough to tell a story. It's only what we need to push.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Check that out. You can find information about the Dave Marion Band on Facebook and online. And as I said, we will look forward to Dave joining us here next week on the Sunday Good Time Hour. Now, next, I am excited to announce the return of Sunday Afternoon Fever right here on the Sunday Good Time Hour. We've got DJ 51 Cent, also known as I like to call him DJ De La Cruz, because it sounds so cool to me. What's happening, 51 Cent? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing, Glenn?
Good, man. Good. Glad to have you here on the show today. Now, remind me, where are you located?
I'm in Las Vegas. Las Wages, if you want to call it.
All right. Hey, are they still working on the Raiders Stadium? Are they working on
Oh,
that?
it's pretty much done. It's pretty much done. They just got to, put people in there.
I was going to say they do play some football, right?
Exactly.
Well, cool.
Exactly.
So I understand that among the many things that you've done in your life, I know you DJ'd back the day. I saw you doing some breakdancing in your burgundy velour jacket or something like that, right?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
But I
Yeah.
understand you worked in like corporate event production as a graphic designer, graphic engineer. Is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I do a lot of graphics, and I also do video engineering and some demo stuff too.
All right, cool. Well, we spoke the other day, and you said that you hadn't spun or had the turntables out in a long time. So
yeah.
What inspired you to dust them off and start creating music again?
Well, the pandemic happened and work dried up, unfortunately. But, I still had the love for music. And then I saw all my DJ friends out there who had no work. They did this full time. And I wanted to help them get online streaming because that's pretty much their only venue and have them sound good and look good. So I decided to come out here and, get it working so I could show them exactly how to make it look good, look pro.
Well, that's pretty kind of you. That's like you're helping your community out there in Las Vegas, which, as far as I'm concerned, a very noble pursuit. I had the opportunity to meet you through a mutual friend, and I checked your stuff out online, dude, and I totally dig it. And I think we should just kick Sunday Afternoon Fever into high gear out there. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Here he is, DJ 51 Cent with Sunday Afternoon Fever right here on the Sunday Good Time Hour, baby.
Hey, everybody. Sunday Good Time Hour. I want to thank Glenn for having me on today. I'm going to shout out to Funky Trunk for introducing us, and let's just have some fun today. This is how my typical stream would look like.
Kick me one of them funky ass beats. Funky ass beats.
hallelujah. Girl, set you hallelujah. Girl, set you hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. 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 Believe me, just watch.
You can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time. No, we're back to me. All right. Oh, hey, Sunday Afternoon Fever. Thank you, DJ 51 Cent, for that awesome contribution to the Sunday Good Time Hour. We are looking forward to having you back next week with us. I would hope. I'll say a little prayer, and that might happen. All right, so we're moving into our wild card slot here. So far on the Sunday Good Time Hour, we've had a beautiful music video from Vanessa Burney all the way from Italy. We've had Kevin Camerad with his puppets. We've had other cool stuff, and this is something I've been working on, and this guy and I have been talking since we got the show up and running. We've got a magician on the show today, and I'm so excited about that. So your magician this evening has been seen recently at Firekeepers Casino. He's been down at Six Flags Great America over in New Jersey and touring around the world with the Masters of Illusion. Please give it up, some thumbs up and love for Trino.
Hey everyone, it's Trino coming at you live from my apartment in beautiful Grand Rapids, Michigan. Watch. Make a little bag like this. You thought I was just making a watch joke. Now we'll use the watch. The watch goes inside the bag like that. Watch is gone. Where does it go? Great question. It goes right back on my wrist. You want to see it again? All right. How many times did you want to see it? Some of these things are just for me. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Trino. That's Trino right there. You can connect with me on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know if you're snacking on some foods this beautiful Sunday afternoon, but my favorite snack of all time is the Oreo. I love Oreos. My wife started to get a little upset with me, though, because I was eating so much of these things during quarantine that I figured out a solution to this problem, kind of like that Willy Wonka thing with the everlasting gobstopper. Look, you take a double stuffed Oreo out. Some people like to dip these in milk or something like that. I'm one of the people that likes to unscrew the Oreo, eat the cream out of the middle, because honestly, that's the best part. And then you can even just take these cookies and kind of just throw them away. They're not that great. That's why I had to come up with a solution. See, all you do is you just take the Oreo and just kind of give it a little shake, and it refills right back to a double stuffed Oreo. The best part is when you do a little more, you get one of the triple stuff. These ones are hard to find in stores, but if you can find them, they're great. Then there's no way you can run out of Oreos. I want to do a little card trick for all of you. As a magician, I travel a lot for work, and that's why I like to travel light. I travel with a completely flat deck of cards, and then when I get to my gig, you can fold it up, snap your fingers, and pull the deck out like so. Pretty easy. That's crazy. We're going to bring Glen on. Glen, I'm going to have you pick a card. Is that cool?
Yes, I am ready to pick a card.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to just start pulling cards off the deck like that. I want you to just say stop wherever you feel comfortable. Don't let me influence you at all right?
Stop.
Right there. Glen, that's your card. Now, I know what you're thinking. You got a screen in front of you, Trino. You can tell what the card is, and you're absolutely correct. It's the 8 of spades. But lucky for you, this is not that kind of trick. We're going to take the 8 of spades, put it back inside the deck, give it a little shuffle here. And I also have with me a balloon. If you take the deck of cards like this and kind of spring them at the balloon, you hear something inside. There's something in the balloon. All you got to do is take a little lighter right here, and the 8 of spades pops right out. Now, this is a super fun party trick that all of you can do. I'm going to teach you how to do this. All you do is take a card, and you're going to utilize a move magicians like to call palming, which looks a little like that. So all I did was I just had your card, put it on the top, went like this, pulled it off, grabbed the balloon, hold the balloon here, take the lighter underneath, and flick it out, and it looks like it came out of the balloon. But that's not actually true. It did not actually come out of the balloon. Now, sometimes when you go to a party, you may face a situation that looks something like this. They might not have black balloons. They might have a clear balloon. If you have a clear balloon, this is way less impressive. Not a very good trick. So if they have clear balloons, what you got to do is kind of hold like this so that people in front of you don't see that you're holding a card right there. But if somebody walks behind you, it gets a little tricky too, because then they can see it, and it's a mess. So if that ever happens, all you got to do is kind of blow on the balloon a little bit. And it looks like, but that's impossible. It looks like the card goes inside the balloon. You can kind of rub corner here. And that is an 8 of spades inside of a balloon. So there's a fun party trick for you, and eventually you can get to this level and you'll amaze all of your friends. Very impressive. I want to end this. I'm going to do one more thing for you. We've done enough card tricks, so don't worry. This just makes a beautiful case to hold these ropes. So we're going to use 2 ropes. It's a short piece of rope and a long piece of rope. You can't tell the difference in sizes. You should probably go back to public school like me. All right, take a short piece right here, long piece right here. Put them together. You take 2 ends in one hand and 2 ends in the other hand. It looks like you have 2 pieces of rope that are about the same size, roughly. Take the 2 like this. You can tie them into a knot, like that. Tie it into a knot. If you find the sweet spot in the rope, you can actually move the knot. And that's not a knot. We'll put that over here. Take the rope here. The spin, and that gives you a rope with 2 ends and a rope with no ends. Take the rope with no ends here. I'll show you. I know you're looking at it. Take the rope with no ends like this, kind of loop it over the longer rope like that. Give it a little shake. Completely back to normal. Thank you all so much for watching. Glenn, thank you so much for having me on the show today. We'll see you all very soon, and everybody stay safe, all right? Thanks, everyone.
Now, tell me that wasn't a good time. Having Trino right here on the Sunday Good Time Hour with us, baffling us with his magic tricks and his sleight of hand. I love it. So glad to have him here. Make sure you check him out online. He performs all over the place, and he would appreciate it. Let's see. Moving on, as I often say, this is my favorite section of the Sunday Good Time Hour. Even though I say other sections are my favorite, that's not true. This is my favorite. This is what we call a message of love and light. This week, we have my good friends. I feel very honored to have them joining us, Fred and Gina Bivins. Together, they are a force and have been pillars of the arts community here in Grand Rapids for decades, as members of the Grand Rapids Public Museum, Festival of the Arts, Art Prize, and Fred's own Vinecroft Studios. Here with this week's message of love and light, I give you Fred and Gina Bivins.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Hi, we're Fred and Gina Bivins, and this week's message of love and light is brought to you by Community. The weather was really nice this past weekend, and we could hear through our windows our neighbor kids playing on their trampoline. Or you can think back to an earlier time and just hear kids playing with each other, laughter, squeals of delight, singing and hugging. That's the first community for many of us, and often it starts with siblings. And it's just the start of many communities. Some will last a lifetime. Gina and I have spent our whole lives together working to build community. Through our work with school friends, our church, a huge one for us has been with Festival. For me, my Art Prize team, and of course Vinecroft Studios. 20 years of community dinners is a good start.
When I retired after 30 years, I decided I wanted to go back into the public museum and do the fun stuff. So I've been volunteering in the collections, identifying photographs, and we built a community there. It started with me, and then 2 more came, and now there are 4 of us volunteering and a couple of staff members helping us out. It's become my museum community, Team Photo. Community gives us lasting friendships, a big loving circle to call on if we need help.
The biggest test of community for us came when we suffered a loss that only community could see us through. It was our community that kept us in their arms and hearts and held us up until we could stand on our own. That's what community does. And then there's Glen. Glen Ray Billy Bob. He's been part of our community for years. We watch the Sunday Goodtime Hour because we want to be part of your community too, Glen. And not just to support you, but all the new people you're bringing into your online community.
When you get to know people, it's usually easy to like them. And it's great to be able to go to your community for help when you need it, and even greater to be there when somebody needs help too. It feels good to give, often even better than it feels to receive. We already know and love so many of the people involved in the Sunday Goodtime Hour, and when we sit down at 4 p.m. on Sundays, it feels like we're having a party in our family room. That's when you know you're part of a community.
That's our message of love and light.
Let me ask you, who is blessed? I am blessed. I know that, as are all of the folks that have ever had the good fortune to have Fred and Gina Bivins enter their lives. That's all I have to say about that. Fred and Gina, I love you both very much, and I look forward to seeing you and getting some hugs in when we are able to do it again. And Fred, I'm looking forward to coming back to Vinecroft for a spaghetti night. I think it's one of those things you don't realize how much you miss it until it is taken away from you. All right, normally at this part of the show, Love and Light would wrap it up for us. If you saw any of my postings online, you know that I am introducing a little 5-part series that will culminate on July 5th, which is 4th of July weekend. So today, this is the first in a 5-part series. It is my attempt to distill 2 hours of film into approximately 10 minutes over 5 weeks. Admittedly, I have cherry-picked the material for my own purposes. I encourage you to rent the film if you like to get the full picture. Don't worry, if you do rent it, you will not ruin my personal presentation. I have chosen what's considered to be the first blockbuster film of all time from 1971. It stars Tom Laughlin as a half Navajo American Indian, Green Beret war veteran, and Hapkido master. He's the protector of his community, what they called back then a hippie-themed freedom school. The film is entitled Billy Jack, and this is what Gene Siskel had to say upon its release. It's a film that tries to say too many things in too many ways within an adequate storyline, but it has such a freshness, original humor, and compassion that one is frequently moved to genuine emotion. I second those words. So this is the first scene in the film and the first time we meet Billy Jack. They're out in the country, and the local big boss bad guy, a fellow named Posner, and his crew, along with a local police officer, have trespassed onto Indian land to corral wild horses that they hope to sell to the local dog food company for 6 cents a pound. Just as the slaughter is about to begin, Billy Jack appears. I will tell you, there's a couple of long guns in this, but no one gets shot, so don't be fearful. Let's take a look at this clip.
Held over for 1 week only. Check your local newspaper for a theater near you.
I knew he'd find us.
Morning, Billy. You're illegally on Indian land. Well, I'm sorry about that. I guess we just got caught up in the chase and crossed over without knowing it. You're a liar. We got the law here, Billy Jack. When policemen break the law, then there isn't any law.
Mr. Posner, I got no authority on a federal Indian reservation.
On this reservation, I am the law. So I'll tell you this just once. Have your men drop their guns and you can leave quietly.
You're making a mistake.
I've made them before.
We got him outnumbered, Mr. Posner.
You know me, Posner. You know my meaning.
Drop him.
I am back live. I like Billy's straightforwardness and no nonsense. As I mentioned, he's sort of the protector of this community that he has. And I'm sure you just heard Fred and Gina Bivins talking about community and how important it is. And I feel fortunate to be building a community here with the Sunday Good Time Hour with you. I had a couple of thoughts to end this episode, so I'm going to share with you now those thoughts. Like many of you, I'm dismayed by some of the current happenings in the cities around our country, as well as right here in our hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yesterday, at the invite of a friend, I went downtown and bore witness to and participated in a peaceful gathering of citizens of all colors and ages and genders. It was a lovely and powerful and inspiring experience. Later that evening, as I sat home working on this episode of the Sunday Good Time Hour, events, as they have often so recently, took a turn. Light became dark and love turned to hate. Storefront windows were smashed, police cars were torched, a dumpster was set ablaze. As the firefighters approached to attend to it, a cherry bomb or similar small explosive device went off, knocking one of them to the ground, covering his ears. There were tear gas and rubber bullets and smoke grenades. It hurts my heart and soul and my very being, and it shakes me to the core. As I'm sure it does many of you. What we are seeing here is bigger than black and white, and it's bigger than blue or red. Upon the most cursory of examinations, approached with an open heart and setting aside fear, it becomes quite plain that the commonalities and ideas and the needs that bind us together far outweigh those that divide us. When will we learn this? Then this morning, May 31st, 2020, the dawn of a chilly, beautiful, sunny morning, love and light was restored. That same beautiful, diverse group of people came back, plus many more, to where they had peacefully assembled just hours before. They came back in the hundreds, perhaps the thousands, to clean up the mess that was made by a few. We are not those few. They do not represent us. We are the many that continue to come out in communities across the country in peaceful union to clean up the few's messes. The late night shenanigans of last evening do not represent the people of Grand Rapids. The folks that came out today in fellowship with buckets and brooms, the businesses providing food and water to show their support, that's who we are. That's our community. Going forward, if we hope to affect real change, it is going to have to start right here with you and me at the community level. Due to our city's rich, diverse culture, I believe Grand Rapids is uniquely poised to be a leader and epicenter for a positive, peaceful way forward in this new, somewhat beguiling world we are finding ourselves in. It has been said that sometimes action isn't taken until it hits home. Let me ask you, has it hit home? It has for me. Free to be you and me, that is the platform and ideal here at the Sunday Good Time Hour. We are all inclusive and anyone and everyone is welcome in our community. We will continue to share art and love and light and truth and peace with you. Thanks again to all of those that participated in this show on screen and behind the scenes. My pals at the KBO Group, Aria Showtech, Lowing Light and Grip, Dave Ellison Photo. Thank you to my producers and family and friends for the love that they fill with me, allowing me to pass it on to you. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Same good time place, same good time. And if you are ever in doubt about the day or time of the show, don't be. The day of the week is in the title, and it's always 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. And always remember, the Sunday Good Time Hour loves you.
Hey, what do you say? Something good is coming your way. With lots of love, it just may be just what you need, your remedy. It's the Sunday Good Time Hour. Can't you feel the power? It's the Sunday Good Time Hour. Are you ready to go? Come on, let's start the show. Hey, what do you say? Something good is coming your way. With lots of love, it just may be just what you need, your remedy. It's the Sunday Good Time Hour. Can't you feel the power? It's the Sunday Good Time Hour. Are you ready to go? I'm ready. Come on, let's start the show.